I'm going to show you how you can make a system tray icon for your applications. Alright, so for this, I went ahead and I just have a scene here that I can run. It doesn't have anything in it. It doesn't really matter what's in it. The whole point is just that we have something to run our application with. And I have a system tray script here. And I've just gone ahead and gone up to my project settings and set it as a global. That way I don't have to add this or manage this or anything with every single scene that I open. I can just have this set as a global, and then it's always there and can be interacted with, and I don't have to worry about having any issues. All right, so we're going to go into our system tray script here, and what I'm going to do is we need to create a status indicator. That is what this is called, and there are a couple functions here that are in the display server that you could call in order to set all this stuff up. But myself, I feel creating this all these pieces myself makes it or is easier to understand, at least from my perspective. I don't know about you guys. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variable. I'm going to call it SI, and it's going to be my status. This is going to be a status indicator type, and as such, it'll be a status indicator .new, so we can create a new object of this. And we're going to go ahead and we need to set the icon that we're going to see in the bottom there. So si.icon, that'll be equal to load, and I'll pass in whatever icon I want to use. In my case, I'm going to use my icon.png. You don't have anything, of course, you can use the Godot icon itself. Next up, we could use a tooltip. So si.tooltip equals some string my Godot app. That's what we'll put there. And the last piece that we have to do here is add child and add our SI or status indicator into the scene. And by doing that, if we run it just by having those, and we look down in the bottom, we open it up. I'll go ahead and magnify that. We can see I have my icon there being displayed, and it's down here in the status indicator right there with my other stuff. Right? Power Toys, Nvidia, Discord, Steam, Epic, and all that stuff. Right there. Perfect. So we have it. It just doesn't do anything at the moment. Now, if you wanted to set that up with code, the built-in function to do all of that is in the display server .create status indicator, and the same thing, we would pass in the icon first, then you want the tooltip followed by your callback, and we haven't gotten to the callback yet, but the callback is basically going to be the function that runs when you click on it. So we haven't gotten to that yet, but that's what you would go ahead and put in there. And we could go ahead and get to that now if we really wanted to. If we want to set that in. So if you want to set that up right away, then what we need to do is we actually need to connect the pressed signal. So right now, so we're going to have si.pressed.connect, and then the function we want to call, in my case, on status indicator pressed, because that makes sense. And in my case here, you can go ahead and create that function, do whatever you want with it. So it does have two arguments, the button and position. Since I'm not using position, I'll put an underscore there just to keep it kind of private and not have any warnings in the debugger about it not being used. And I'm checking if button is mouse button left and do what I want with it, right? So I'm setting the mode to windowed, and we're just showing. And keep in mind that since this is the main window, there are some things that we can't do. For example, we can't use get window pop-up. We can't do that. We can't do pop-up centered and other things of the like, because it is the main window. It is also why we can't hide the window, or not hide, but I can't think of the word, but change its technical visibility to try and imitate a minimized system tree, because it's the main window, so we can't really do anything with that. Maybe there's something that I've overlooked with that, or maybe there's a C library that we can bring in with C# to do things with that. But that, if that's the case, then that goes into a lot more advanced things. But let's go in and start adding in our pop-up menu when we right-click. So to that, we're going to create our menu. It's going to be a pop-up menu. So equal a pop-up menu dot new. Let's create a new one. We can go ahead and add this in if we want. Add child menu. And we also have a few options that I'm going to go ahead and set in here. So with this, I'm just using add item to add show window, settings, and quit. I put a separator between settings and quit, and the numbers here on the end, I'm just forcing it to be in a specific index position. So then we have that menu. Fantastic. And if you were to try and run that now, come in, right click, you'll notice nothing happens with your menu. And you might think something's wrong, something's broken, but it's not. The issue is here is that we just haven't set the menu to react to our status indicator or the system tray. And to do that, we can go si.menu and equal to menu.getPath. And by making that change there, come in and right click, we can see you should now be able to see your option popping up when you right click. Right, all your options. Now obviously they don't do anything when you select them yet, because we don't have any signals connected or anything to respond to that. But you should at least see your menu popping up. So we can go ahead and connect that signal. Let's get our menu ID pressed signal, connect it, and I'm connecting it to the function on menu item pressed, which of course does not exist at the current time. So let's go ahead and create that real quick. So func on menu item pressed, and what we're going to use here is going to be a match, and what we're going to match is the ID, and this is going to be our options 1, 2, and 3, right? Because remember, these are the indexes we're using, or the IDs here, 1, 2, and 3 when we set this up. So 1, 2, 3 is what we're using here. So remember, 3 is quit. So when it quits, obviously we're going to use get tree.quit. 2 is settings. So if you had a settings window, you can go ahead and pop that up or spawn that in, whatever it is you want to do. And our top one here, of course, is show window. So all you would do here, of course, is the exact same thing that we did previously, and just make it pop up. So if we were to run it now and take a look, right? Come in, boom, there's our icon. If we hit quit, and our program quits. Now this is, the menu is just a pop-up menu. So keep in mind here, I do have the pop-up here just showing you all the things. Remember, we could do check items, check shortcut, an icon check item, icon check shortcut, icon item, radio check item, right? We have options in here. We don't have to just use add item itself. Multi-state, radio check shortcuts. We already have a separator in there. We got our sub menus that you could set up. Right, so whatever it is that you want to do there with that, you can always do that and put that in there. But with these three, just as an example, I just want to show you how you can get that set up. But with that, I believe that is all we need. Also, just to take a note here, if you wanted to prevent your project from closing, so if I was to run this, and you notice how we can hit the X button up there to close it. If you don't want that to happen, then you can just do getTree.set auto accept quit to false. And now if I run that, and every time I hit close, it's not going to close. I actually have to come down to my system tray, and I have to right click and select quit now in order to close my app. So if you wanted to do that, you just gotta set that property to false. All right, that's it. That's how you create a system tray icon for your project. I hope that was something cool that you guys didn't know about. Hope that's something that you guys found interesting, even if it's something you might not use right this second. And with that, take care, have yourselves a good one, and I'll see you guys next